Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be doing our greasing our Driveshaft driveline on our 100 series Land Cruiser using Valvoline's heavy duty Palladium 3% Moly grease. So if you're getting clunking sounds when you're putting into gear or going back and forth, so what you want to do is, every so often put some grease in there. Probably say every other oil change or so, or maybe once a 6 months or once a year. So just kind of maintain it. So we're going to be doing that. I'm going to be showing you that today. So whenever working under your vehicle, make sure to put a chock in front and the rear, especially just crawling underneath. Make sure it's in park and the e-brakes on at all times. And then I'll show you. We'll start off the front, because when your axle moves, obviously the zerk fitting moves too. So sometimes you're going to have to get out of the underneath and move your vehicle forward so you can have access to those zerk fittings. So I'm going to be using a hand manual grease pump, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys underneath how to do this and where they're located. And then so we're going to do the driveline. We're going to grease our driveline, and hopefully we reduce the wear on those U-joints. And for those that are getting a clunking sound when putting into gear, and this might help you with those symptoms as well. So let's go ahead and get under there. And I should have some grease still in my container now, but if I don't, I'll show you guys how to switch it out. So first we're going to do is, there's two different zerk fittings here. So obviously your U-joints here, and then also your drive line right here. And the drive line, this will indicate over here, if it pushes, that the grease is coming, and then you should be able to get grease coming out of here. Obviously, if you have skid plates, you're going to have to remove skid plates. But if you've been watching my YouTube channel, I've been working on my vehicle for quite some time, so I haven't put my skid plates back on. Zerk fitting first. So push it in. Make sure it's in there. Sometimes you're going to have to do it a couple of times, and what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze your handle on your gun, and then sometimes it leaks, so you have to make sure you get it on there correctly. Okay, I think it's on correctly. And you're going to keep pumping until you'll start seeing this move. I'm pumping it. I don't know how many pumps I have so far. Just keep going. I haven't done this in probably over 2 years. So it might need some. It might have needed some. That's why. Might be a little dry, but now you can see right here it'll start moving. So that means this area is getting filled with grease. So I'm going to do a couple more pumps so that I don't overfill it. So I just want to make sure that I did move it so that there is grease. 2 and 3. We'll do that. That is full, and now we got to clean our area like this, because we don't want this grease right here making a mess when it's turning around and the car is rotating. We don't want this to go in and make a mess right here. As you can see here, I probably overdid it last time, and so that's why we have all this grease right here, and then it gets obviously into your exhaust, and then it makes a mess. So let's go ahead and clean this up, and then we're going to move the vehicle a little bit, see if we could rotate this Zerk fitting for here for the U-joints and put this one over here. Alright, I rolled the car a little bit forward, and then I have now access to that Zerk fitting right in there for the U-joints. Make sure cleaned it up, but I still had some on my gun. Make sure you get your Zerk thingy or in there correctly. Okay, see if, and you'll know because you won't see it leak from the sides. Okay, there you go. And the way you could tell that you have filled these up is that you'll start seeing it escape from the sides, and you could hear it too. There, I could hear and I could kind of see it, and that's enough, just enough where I could see it. Take this off. There you go. And then clean our area. I think you can see that it came out the U-joints right here. So that's enough. As long as it escapes from there, that means you have enough grease in those, so they'll make them last longer. And clean your area so it doesn't fling up. It doesn't fling up everywhere. So the front one is done. So 1, 2 there, and now we're going to move to the middle part of the Land Cruiser. All right. So now here is the same drive before the transfer case. Sorry. The front differential, that's what we did it. Now we're going to get to this doesn't have that center Zerk fitting you need to do. We already did it over there. The only one there is, it's right in here. So we're going to get to this one. I think we're out of grease. Alright, let's pack up our new grease then. Alright, so we ran out of grease. We're going to go ahead and put our new one. You can pick the gun and the grease on my Amazon store. Actually lasted a long time. I bought this car like at least 2 years ago. So it does last. Turn it from up here. That's what we do. So there's still grease in here, so a little bit, but not enough to push it. So I'm gonna try to save what's ever left in here. Drop this tube, this part in this way, like this. Like that, then we're going to take our cap off. Like this. Again, you can pick the grease gun and my grease gun and my and the grease on my Amazon store. Put this back in. And then once you do that, put your gun cap back in and twist it. I need to clean this up. Alright. And then we'll go back underneath the vehicle and we start pumping to build pressure and grease the fitting. Now that we got our gun loaded and grease, but with grease, now we're going to put it back in the Zerk fitting. I think we should have it right. Let's see, squeezed it once, and again, you'll see it on the joints. But if it escapes through this, that means it's not in right. Yeah, it's not in right just yet. And sometimes if the Zerk fitting is not, if it's not sitting right, you're gonna have to move the vehicle a little bit in order for the Zerk fitting to go in. There you go. I could hear the expanding on the U joints. One more. Oh, there we go. Just needed like a couple pumps. I think we wasted more than we did as actually filling it in. Alright, so we got the front half of the driveline done. So two in the front, one right here. Now we're going to work on the transfer case to the back. This is for the U-joints, not the slip yoke. Alright, I can hear it. I'm waiting for it to come out. Alright, couple pumps, we're done. Alright, cut it off. Now, wipe down the area. Alright, now we're moving to the back side where the slip yoke is and the other U-joint. Clean it up. Alright, keep pumping until we see the slip yoke move. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23. I hadn't done this again in about 2 years, so it might be empty. There you go. Now you can see the slip yoke moving. So what we're going to do is, that's it. Once it starts popping out of here, then that means we're full. And then we're going to make sure that we also log this into our mileage, and so that we could know when's the last time we greased them and at what mileage we were, so that we can keep track of our maintenance as well. So now that we did this one, now we're going to move on to our U-joints. You going?
Yeah, I'm going to take one.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
So,
I have a mother and son date.
what the hell? Alright. Slip yoke, the U-joint is right here. Alright. Make sure it's in. There we go. Automatically I could hear the grease coming out of the pack. Right there. And one more. That's all we need. Alright. Then we clean up our excess grease. And we're done with our greasing our driveline. As soon as we take this damn thing off. And then, yeah, driveline greased. You should have less or zero to less clunking, and you're doing maintenance on the bushes and stuff like that. So little maintenance, but let's finish this video once I get the damn thing off. That's how you grease your driveline on your 100 series Land Cruiser. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit a like, and if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them on the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. You can pick up this the grease and the gun for this project on my Amazon store, so make sure to also hit a subscribe and a thumbs up again, and I'll catch you on the next maintenance project or adventure.